The objective of this experiment is to determine the density of the soil in the field by using the sand replacement method. The equipment. This is the equipment that were used as a replacement of the laboratory setup. Fine dry sand as the Ottawa sand, cylindrical-like container as calibrating container and sand pouring cylinder, paper box as metal tray with hole, scale to weigh the mass of the sand, hand trowel, brush, and ruler. Disclaimer: this experiment is conducted by following the right SOP and washing their hands before and after the test. Other than that, the electrical machines or tools were handled carefully to avoid any accidents. Preparation of the sand. Firstly, the sand is washed by using water to get rid of the foreign matter. Next, all the floating impurities and debris are removed. Then, after the sand is soaked for about 10 minutes, it is filtered by using colander or strainer. The sand is spread in the container to make it easier to dry. Lastly, the sand is dried under the sunlight for 1 day to ensure the sand is completely dry. Determination of bulk density of sand. Measure the internal diameter and the height of cylindrical calibrating container. Then, find its volume. Fill the sand into sand pouring cylinder up to a height of 3 centimeters below the top. Weigh the initial mass of sand and the sand pouring cylinder M1. Pour the sand into calibrating container with cone on top of it. Weigh the mass of the remaining sand and the sand pouring cylinder M3. After that, pour the remaining sand into the cone. Weigh the mass of sand in the cone M2. Calculate the mass of sand used to fill the calibrating container by using this equation. MA equal to M1 minus M2 minus M3. Lastly, calculate the bulk density of the sand. Determination of field bulk density of soil. First, level the surface of the soil in an open field. Then, place the paper box with hole of 8 centimeters diameter at the center. Then, dig a hole of the diameter up to about 8 centimeters depth by using a hand trowel. Collect all the excavated soil in the paper box and weigh the mass of excavated wet soil as MW. After that, fill the sand into the pouring cylinder and weigh the mass as M4. Place the cone and pour the sand from the pouring cylinder into the hole until it satisfies the whole hole and cone. Next, weigh the mass of remaining sand in the pouring cylinder as M5. Calculate the mass of sand used to fill the hole by using formula MB equals M4 minus M5 minus M2. Last but not least, calculate the bulk density of soil. Determination of moisture content of soil. First of all, take the specimen of the excavated soil and weigh its mass. Dry the soil specimen for 1 day until completely dry. Next, take the dried soil specimen and weigh its mass. Finally, we can calculate the moisture content of the soil based on the formula